Hey guys, so some of you know and some of you don't know that my son, my youngest son Joshua, he is autistic and he is nonverbal. So he will say words periodically, but for the most part he does not speak, and also he does not respond to his name. So with those things being taking those two things into account, it is a safety risk if he wanders off. He did wander off 2 weeks ago. He got out the back door. We have a patio door, and he was able to open the screen door for the first time. And I noticed about 5 minutes after he was gone that he was gone. This is dangerous because he can wander off anywhere, and we have woods behind our property, so he can wander off back there in the woods. It's all kinds of things back there, or onto the street. So I spoke to his supervising therapist, who gives a lot of great advice, not just for his therapy, but just things to make life easier for him and for us. And she recommended that we contact the police department to see if there's a registry or something that we can add his name on, so that if he gets out, when we contact the police, they will be on alert and know that he has special needs, and that they cannot use the ordinary ways that they would use to locate him. So you can't yell his name. You would need to have some way to find him. I did some research, and I found that there's a program in Wake County called Project Lifesaver. And Project Lifesaver, they basically give the participants or the individuals this bracelet that has a transmitter in it. And if you are on this list and you're wearing this bracelet, if that individual gets out, they can use radio transmission to find that individual. So this program is not just for people on the spectrum, on the autism spectrum, but also for older adults, people with dementia, people who have Alzheimer's, other brain disorders as well. I think probably Down syndrome and so forth. So I've filled out the paperwork for that. The sergeant who started the program, she gave some great advice because her son is autistic. So that's the reason why she started the program, is because her son is nonverbal. But she also mentioned that buying the cheap alarms that you put on your doors, she said that those are good. So you can put them on the exterior doors or the interior doors, such that if that door is open, that loud sound goes off, the loud alarm, and then you're notified immediately. I didn't even think about that. My sister actually put those on her doors when my dad got loose, because he got out and he was able to go far. Okay. So another thing she mentioned was using an Apple tag. Putting that Apple tag in like a bracelet that you can buy on Amazon, and getting the individual's information engraved. So maybe the name and phone number for the caregiver. The Apple tag cannot get wet, but the device that they give through the program, Project Lifesaver, it can get wet. So it's something that they wear all the time. Let me think what else she said. Baby monitor. You can have a baby monitor so that you can, find out if, the individual has left the room, and then combining that with also the alarms, that's going to amplify that sound. Let me think of what else. So, for people who don't understand, it's definitely when you have someone whose communication's impaired, these are things that you have to consider. It's not funny. It's a serious thing. And sometimes you can do everything in your power and they're going to get out. So this is why we have to take additional measures to make sure that, you know, our loved ones are safe. Think of what else she also mentioned. Let's see. I want to say that's it. If I remember the rest, then I'll send it. But I'm kind of rushing today. I got some other stuff to do. But she sent me an email with like all kinds of information. I'm grateful for that, because this thing, sometimes this is hard. This is hard trying to navigate. Trying to make sure that you're an advocate for, you know, an individual who cannot communicate, and also especially if you don't have issues communicating, like some things you just don't think of. I don't know if I mentioned, but she did say engraving the information on. I think I already said that. But those are some things to look into. Even if you're not in Wake County, in this county, you know, you can Google and find out if there's, you know, something that you can find in your area. Oh yeah, and then this is something that she also said. So the radio transmission thing, she said combining the bracelet that they would give, and then also the Apple tag. So the Apple tag is going to give GPS, so the location, and then the other device is going to use radio transmission. Using those two things together will increase the chance that you can find that individual quickly before they, you know, put themselves in danger. And I think if I can think of anything else, I will. We already have gates and everything in our house, so we don't need that. I am thinking of putting a gate on our back porch to stop him from leaving the porch. So that's all I want to say, and I'll check back in. If anybody has any questions, let me know, but I will provide more information. Bye.